I deserve better. It is in moments of discomfort, rejection, or disappointment that this phrase most often slips from our lips. I deserve better. Yet for the Stoic, this utterance carries within it a profound misunderstanding of the universe and our place in it. It is not a declaration of dignity, but an appeal to fate, a grasping at what is beyond our reach. This phrase, wrapped in the velvet of justice, is often laced with self-pity and a covert expectation that the world should conform to our preferences. To say, I deserve better, is to engage in a subtle rebellion against the natural order. Marcus Aurelius writes in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This reminder is not merely intellectual, but spiritual. We are not owed a pleasant outcome, nor are we entitled to the comfort of our desires. All things come according to the Logos, the rational structure of the universe, and we must meet them not with resistance, but with acceptance. The Stoic does not ask for better. He becomes better. He does not demand the world to change for him. He transforms himself to face the world. Seneca, in letters to Lucilius, warned against the corruption of desires. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. To believe that we deserve better is to externalize our suffering, to look outward for what must be cultivated within. Our duty is not to plead for kinder circumstances, but to forge within ourselves the fortitude to withstand any fate. The intelligent man recognizes that what he deserves is not wealth, not love, not ease, but only this: the opportunity to practice virtue in adversity. Thus, when misfortune strikes, when plans fail, when hearts break, we do not lament, we do not clamor for something better. We remain silent, disciplined, resolute. We meet the blow with the calm of one who has prepared his soul for every storm. The intelligent man never says, I deserve better, because he understands that the only thing he deserves is the opportunity to live nobly in the face of whatever comes. Part 2. It's not my fault. The flight from responsibility. Responsibility is not merely the acceptance of blame. It is the cornerstone of freedom. To deny responsibility is to chain oneself to fate, to surrender one's agency in the most cowardly of ways. And yet, how often do we hear it? It's not my fault. A phrase that seeks to preserve pride, but only breeds impotence. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control all events, we are sovereign over our responses. Epictetus, once a slave, knew this truth more intimately than any modern man. It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. By denying fault, we deny the one thing we truly possess, our judgment. When we say, it's not my fault, we place our identity at the mercy of circumstance. We become creatures tossed by the waves, blaming the wind, the rain, the tide, everything but ourselves. But the Stoic steers his own ship. He acknowledges fault not because he relishes blame, but because he treasures growth. The intelligent person knows that every failing is a mirror. In the crack of defeat, he sees his own reflection, not to despair, but to improve. This is the essence of the Stoic exercise of self-examination, a nightly ritual practiced by Aurelius and Seneca alike. Do we examine our actions? Do we ask where we have failed? Do we seek not escape, but responsibility? To take responsibility is not weakness. It is strength in its most refined form. It is to say, this too is mine, and I shall use it to become who I must be. The intelligent man never says, it's not my fault, because he knows that by owning even what is not his doing, he gains mastery over himself. We are not victims. We are the architects of our inner world. Part 3. I can't help it. The surrender to impulse. Impulse is the tyrant of the weak. I can't help it, they say, as if their nature were uncontrollable, as if they were mere beasts of instinct, slaves to desire. But we are not beasts. We are rational beings. The Stoics place the highest value not on pleasure or wealth, but on prohairesis, the moral will. When you say, I can't help it, you declare war on your own divinity. You deny the one gift that sets you apart, the ability to choose. Seneca writes, no man is free who is not master of himself. Mastery is not forged in ease, but in the heat of inner struggle, to feel anger and not lash out, to feel desire and not indulge, to feel fear and not retreat. These are the victories of the intelligent soul. We must learn to pause, to examine each impulse before it hardens into action. Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Let your impulses become teachers. Let your restraint be your offering. The intelligent man does not excuse his failures with biology or emotion. He accepts the challenge of being human, to live as if each moment were a test of virtue. So the next time the impulse arises, breathe, watch it, master it, and know that in this quiet triumph, you are becoming something unbreakable. Part 4. This always happens to me. The fallacy of personalization. It is a subtle form of narcissism, this phrase, this always happens to me. As if the cosmos had singled you out for punishment, as if the universe turned on the axis of your discomfort. The Stoic knows better. What happens, happens. It does not happen to you. It simply is. To interpret misfortune as personal is to surrender the objectivity required for clarity. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. The world is not your enemy. It is your training ground. What you perceive as a curse is the very opportunity to practice courage, patience, humility. The intelligent man views misfortune not as a pattern but as an invitation. Each difficulty is a summons to embody virtue. Not once, but every time. Not when it is easy, but especially when it is not. To say, this always happens to me, is to become blind to the struggles of others. It is to retreat into the echo chamber of self-pity. The Stoic opens his eyes to the shared burden of existence. Pain is universal, how we meet it is personal. So let us meet it nobly, without complaint, without personalization, for it is in this selfless endurance that we find the truth of who we are. Part 5. There's nothing I can do. The abdication of agency. The most dangerous phrase of all is this, there's nothing I can do. For in those 6 words, a man hands over his will. He becomes a shadow, a ghost of what he might have been. But the Stoic knows there is always something. Even if the body is broken, the mind remains free. Even if the world is chaos, the soul can be still. Epictetus, born a slave, taught that freedom is not the absence of chains, but the mastery of desire. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. To say, there's nothing I can do, is to ignore the only thing that matters, your inner posture. You can always choose your attitude. You can always choose your principles. You can always choose to act with courage. The intelligent man understands that agency is not found in grand gestures, but in daily decisions. in choosing to remain calm when others rage, in choosing to forgive when others seek revenge, in choosing to endure when others give up. Do not abandon your post. Do not betray your reason. For even in defeat, you may win the highest victory. Integrity. Epilogue. The discipline of the word. Words are not mere sounds. They are incantations, shaping the soul. Each phrase we repeat becomes a groove in the mind, a road the spirit follows. The Stoic is careful with language, for he knows it reflects the state of the inner citadel. He does not say, "I deserve better," because he is grateful. He does not say, "It's not my fault," because he is responsible. He does not say, "I can't help it," because he is disciplined. He does not say, "This always happens to me," because he is objective. He does not say, "There's nothing I can do," because he is free. Let us then speak as philosophers. Let our every word reflect strength, clarity, humility. Let us build a fortress not only in thought, but in speech. For in doing so, we transform not only ourselves, but all who hear us. Let us, together, become what the world desperately needs. Rational, calm, courageous souls who do not bend to circumstance, but rise above it. This is the way of the intelligent. This is the way of the Stoic. Every day, life throws challenges at you. Stress, doubt, fear. But you have the power to face it all with strength, clarity, and calm. The Stoic Way channel is here to fuel your mindset with ancient wisdom and practical tools to stay focused, grounded, and unshakable. So if you're ready to level up your life and build true inner power, subscribe now and start your journey on the Stoic Way.